So I've picked out four categories, and we'll link one player per each category as the guys that, I'm excited to see and U.S. fans excited to see. So offensively, the four categories will have MVP, most valuable player, breakout player, rising star, and player with the most approved. So those will be the four categories. As you're seeing this here as it comes on screen, the MVP in terms of Stevens' big four for fall camp, the MVP for Bama, I got Evan Neal at left tackle. The breakout player, self-explanatory, that would be Bryce Young. The rising star, I've got Jaleel Billingsley at tight end. And the player with the most approved, I got Slade Bolden at wide receiver. So starting this thing off here with Evan Neal being the MVP, I've chose Neal because a lot will be on the shoulders of the junior from Florida at 6'7", 360 pounds at left tackle. This is somebody of whom he's got to have this offensive line gel together. He's got to be the leader. He's got to provide the nastiness. We all know he's got the freakish athleticism. He's going to have to continue what he did in 2020 in protecting Mac Jones, as Jones was the second least sacked quarterback in all of college football. He's got to do this fall with protecting the blind side of Bryce Young and helping the sophomore, former five-star from California, have huge success. Not only just that, Evan Neal has to anchor the run game. We all know at Alabama under Nick Saban, the left side is the strong side. We've seen it with Andre Smith in the past, with Barrett Jones in the past, with Cam Robinson in the past, with Jonah Williams in the past. So many great players in recent years. Alex Leatherwood, throw him in there also. If Bama wants to run the ball, they run it off the left side. They run it off the strong side. So once again, here is Evan Neal off that strong side. Got to set that tone, and then, trying to help this offensive line repeat as Joe Moore Award winners. Most importantly, Evan Neal can potentially be a top 5 draft pick in the 2022 venue. So Evan Neal, my MVP, starting off fall camp throughout this upcoming season, because a lot will be on his shoulders. When you look at the breakout player, it's got to be Bryce Young, right? I mean, Bryce Young entering this season, trying to become the first-year starter of the Nick Saban era at Alabama at quarterback to lead his team to the national championship. And we saw in the spring game the tools that he has, the skill set that he's got. Over 300 yards passing, 1 touchdown, won the Dixie Howell Most Valuable Player of the spring game. And of course, in high school, the powerhouse Mater Dei in California, we saw the arm talent, we saw the athleticism, we saw the escapability, we saw all the things that made him special, all the things that make him a 5-star athlete. And U.S. fans, you guys are so excited because you want to see, is the magic real? Is the playmaking ability real? And real in the sense of, can he do it against opposition? Can he do it in stadiums where it's going to be at full capacity, everybody yelling, screaming, like House of Pain, jumping around? Can Bryce Young do that in the environments he's going to face in college football this season? Now, the big reason why you got to be excited for Bryce Young is, if you look at this, according to the preseason All-SEC team that happened at Media Days, when you look at, Matt Corral of Ole Miss, first-team All-SEC quarterback, J.T. Daniels of Georgia, second team, Bo Nix of Auburn, third team. Bryce Young was nowhere on that list. And then from the national perspective, everybody has their eyes on Spencer Rattler of Oklahoma. So this is a chance for Bryce Young to kind of crash the party, if you will, and show, hey, I'm the guy that you need to look at. I'm the next hot thing. I'm the next big piece. I'm the guy that needs to be in the conversation, and kind of set himself up for those preseason accolades when you talk of a 2022 campaign. So Bryce Young, big-time breakout player. Everybody waiting to see what number 9's got. When you look at now the rising star, give me Jaleel Billingsley at tight end. And Steve Sarkisian, he opened him up a little bit last season. 18 catches, 287 yards, 3 touchdowns. Sark opened Billingsley up, but Bill O'Brien is about to make this man a full-fledged rock star offensively. We know O'Brien, he does a lot of the double tight end sets, the 2 tight end looks. Did it at New England with Rob Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez. Did it with the Houston Texans. So he's bringing that same flavor to the University of Alabama, where the Crimson Tide's offense is concerned. A lot of people look at Jaleel as somebody who can be in that same mold as Kyle Pitts, former Florida tight end, who's now in the NFL with the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I think Jaleel Billingsley potentially can possibly be even better than Kyle Pitts. He's a little bit bigger than Pitts, a little bit thicker than Pitts. You can have him on the inner line, or you can stretch him out wide as a wide receiver and create a ton of those matchup issues, a ton of those matchup problems for opposing defenses. So Sarkisian opened Billingsley up. O'Brien's going to turn him into a superstar. I think Jaleel Billingsley is the rising star. So that kind of leads me to the guy with the most to prove to me. That's Slade Bolden. Brian Robinson a close second, but Slade Bolden. And the reason why Slade kind of fits this depiction here, U.S. fans are thinking, we know Slade is good, but is he good enough? We know he's talented. We know he has a skill set. We know he has the capability to be something, profitable or something productive for Alabama at that slot receiver position. When you go back to what he did in high school, we're looking at the Gatorade Player of the Year for the state of Louisiana in 2017. We saw, the last couple of seasons where he's been that strong gadget guy. He can return kicks, return punts, play receiver, do a little wildcat quarterback, but now his sole focus is at that receiver spot, and O'Brien is going to look to use him in that Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, toughness, slot type of role. And he's worked his tail off this offseason, working on speed, working on quickness, working on getting faster, wanting to prove he can take it to the house. But like I mentioned, Bolden talented, Bolden good, but is he good enough? And this is something that he's going to have to show in fall camp, because Bama recruited some burners in that slot position. You look at Christian Leary, the young man, a burner. You look at JoJo Earl, the young man, a burner. You even look at a Jamison Williams, of whom Bama brings in a transfer from Ohio State, 6'2", $189. He's got speed. He is a burner. So this is a big fall camp here for Slade. He's going to get playing time, absolutely, but he's got to prove, I've got the speed. I got everything that you need at that slot receiver position to be massively productive here in the fall for the Crimson Tide. So that's just, my big four in terms of offensive players, fall camp through the upcoming season. Evan Neal, my MVP. A lot's going to fall on Big Neal. Bryce Young, the breakout player. Time to see the magic that Big Nine has. Rising star Jaleel Billingsley. Sarkisian popped the top open, but Bill O'Brien's ready to pull that juice out. So Jaleel Billingsley, rising star, and of course, my man Slade Bolden, guy that has the most to prove. He's good, but can he show that he's good enough here offensively? It'll be fun to watch fall camp taking place here on Friday.